Night fell over Wu Ying Palace, and the atmosphere inside was so heavy it felt like the empire was about to collapse. The old emperor sat high above, staring down at the second-rank ministers like they were about to announce the end of the world. Prime Minister Dao frowned so hard his brows nearly tied themselves into a knot. The 6 ministers looked like they'd just been told their ancestral graves were on fire. The left censor-in-chief wiped sweat nonstop, while the 70-year-old right censor-in-chief stood there looking like one deep breath away from passing out. The military commanders exchanged looks. Finally, the central commander stepped forward, chest puffed out. "Your Majesty, my 18 adopted sons will personally guard Xiao Baizhe's right flank." The hall froze. Xiao Baizhe. Once that nickname escaped into public space, there was no turning back. The central commander grew more excited the longer he spoke. "They're all over 9 feet tall, brave beyond measure. The eldest has the strength of 9 bulls and 2 tigers. If anyone dares touch Baizhe, they'll have to die first." The front commander slammed the floor. "My 49 household guards are stationed right next to his residence. Elite soldiers, archery, horsemanship, firearms. Any assassin will be turned into a honeycomb." The Minister of Revenue jumped in immediately. "The residents nearby must move. The Ministry of Revenue will pay." The Minister of Works smiled politely. "We won't touch Baizhe's house, but we can reinforce, renovate, fortify everything around it." He paused and glanced at the emperor. The emperor leaned over the capital map, dragged his finger slowly across it, and said calmly, "Rebuild this entire area." The Minister of Works looked down, sucked in a breath, bowed, and retreated without a word. Curiosity exploded. Other ministers rushed forward. When they saw the area marked, their eyes nearly popped out. The southern 36 districts. All of it. The central commander blurted, "Your Majesty, that's tens of thousands of people." Before the emperor could answer, Prime Minister Dou stepped forward urgently. "My estate is in the southern district. Tear it down. Build housing for the people." He sounded almost desperate. At his age, reputation was everything. If Xu Yanmiao died and the world learned about his concubines, bedroom habits, and questionable descendants, Prime Minister Dou might as well die on the spot. "I'll donate money if needed," he added firmly. "Anyone who blocks this is blocking me." The Minister of War slammed his fist. "Station my guards there day and night." The Minister of Works raised his voice. "We should level everything. What if Baizhe trips and—" "Shut up!" the Minister of Personnel snapped. "Don't curse him." Outside the palace, chaos spread like wildfire. Officials submitted petitions supporting the relocation. Donations poured in. Families volunteered sons, guards, muskets, anything. Yangchang Marquis stood up straight. "Whoever harms Baizhe is my enemy. Step over my corpse first." Within days, the surrounding 36 households were replaced. Imperial guards flooded in, mixing civilian and military presence so no one could even dream of rebellion. "The name stays for now," the emperor declared. "Later, it becomes Luqing District, Clear Reputation District." That was final. Later, the emperor sighed to Empress Du. "Thank heavens I didn't kill him back then." Then, without warning, he changed topics and pulled out portraits. "Empress, pick one. Xian'er's sons. Whoever you like becomes crown prince." He flipped through them eagerly. "This one's bold. This one's clever. This one scolded bandits with a bamboo sword." Then his voice softened, troubled. "How could Xian'er say he doesn't want the throne so easily?" Empress Dou sighed. "He's always been weak. He fears dying young and destroying the dynasty." The emperor clenched his fists. "I'll force him if I must. The throne is his." New Year's Eve arrived. Bonfires roared, drums thundered, masks danced, Xu Yanmiao ate nonstop, candied lotus, ginger beans, almond pastries. Then Qin Zheng danced. Xu Yanmiao finally looked up. Oh, the old emperor's face darkened. The crown grandson stared, stunned. She didn't even look at him once, she thought cheerfully. She's dancing for grandmother. The crown grandson couldn't take it. Impossible. Grandmother is already 60. Silence. The emperor slammed his cup. So what if she's 60? She'd be beautiful at 90. The crown grandson dropped to his knees. Then Xu Yanmiao slipped away to the latrine. Moments later, "Your Majesty," the crown grandson shouted. "I accuse an official of trespassing the harem." The hall turned white with terror. "Who?" the emperor asked. "Xu Yanmiao." Hearts stopped. The emperor's cup cracked. Princess Xiangyang slammed the table. "He would never. He likes snacks more than women." They rushed. Doors burst open. And there he was. Xu Yanmiao on the ground, clutching his clothes, a palace maid holding a torn waistband. "I am innocent," he said earnestly. The emperor didn't even hesitate. "I believe you." The crown grandson stood there, stunned. In the hall, officials whispered in fear. Who would dare frame Baizhe? Because hurting him meant hurting everyone, and for the first time, they all understood. This wasn't chaos. This was power, and Xu Yanmiao was right at the center of it. The court had never been this quiet, which was impressive considering half the officials looked like they were about to pass out on the spot. Anyone whose wife had once visited Yulong Temple looked like they were attending their own funeral. No, absolutely not. We wouldn't dare. Officials who'd previously been exposed for regional slurs slammed their chests so hard it sounded like a bear trying to beat its own heart back into rhythm. "I swear to the heavens, it wasn't me." Gian Marquis nearly collapsed where he stood, tears streaming down his face. It wasn't me. Truly not me. Even though he exposed that all 8 of my children weren't actually mine, at least I'm no longer living in ignorance. I'm grateful. So grateful. Wah! How could I possibly hate him? The Crown Prince stared. It finally dawned on him. There was not a single civil or military official in this court that little Baize hadn't offended. Not one. The Prince of Tang, the youngest legitimate brother, leaned over with a grin sharp enough to cut stone. Elder brother, he whispered, do you think this guy might be father's illegitimate child? The Crown Prince sighed deeply. If only. If he were, the palace would be lively every single day. This thought alone made the other princes lean in with interest. Meanwhile, Xu Yanmiao stood in a corner, mentally flipping pages at the speed of his life. What? So that's how it happened. Every official's neck stiffened. Who? Hey, oh! Turns out the crown grandson did all of this on his own initiative. The court blinked. His subordinates tried to stop him, but he insisted. Huh? So it wasn't a scheme? Not a conspiracy? Not even a half-baked political maneuver? It was just the crown grandson being an idiot? The crown prince's mouth twitched as he stared at his eldest son like he discovered a rare species of foolish animal. Father? The crown grandson asked weakly. The crown prince patted his shoulder, sighed, then shook his head. You? Forget it. Being foolish has its merits. At least the empress might finally give up on him. And when one of his brothers took the throne, maybe they'd still let him eat. The crown grandson's face turned red. Father! Wait, there's more. Xu Yanmiao froze. The king of Jibei is plotting rebellion. The heir detonated. His heir came to the capital this time to harm the crown prince, and almost succeeded. The crown grandson acted alone, but the heir noticed and nudged things along. He knew the crown prince had a weak constitution, liver, lungs. I can't read pulse diagnoses. Just can't tolerate cold, no appetite, coughed blood a few times. Whatever it is, stress makes it worse. The plan was simple. Cause chaos. Strip the crown grandson of his title. Enrage the crown prince until he spits blood. Emperor panics. Jibei rises. The old emperor's face darkened as he turned sharply toward the crown prince. The crown prince blinked. Would losing my title really make me cough blood? Then his expression iced over. How dare they think they could manipulate him like this? The Jibei king's been trying for years. They tried insulting him, humiliating him, spreading rumors that he was cursed to be childless. The crown prince got annoyed and suggested Lady Wang dance in the snow. He told Lady Duan to lift weights at dawn because His Majesty admires strength. Next thing you know, the harem went insane. The old emperor's eyes filled with tears. No wonder the palace had turned into whatever this was. Women reciting palace rules by the pond, eating garlic for shared tastes, giving up entirely and playing shuttlecock. The emperor almost sobbed. They even tried pretending to limp in front of him. He applauded. Excellent, do it again. They tried claiming other princes were more favored. He just went to watch people get scammed by fake Qilins. The crown prince never coughed blood. The Jibei king did, 3 or 4 times. The crown prince felt offended. Why am I the problem here? Also, I don't even want the throne anymore. I'm sick, tired, and possibly dying. Can I not enjoy myself first? With renewed confidence, he stood straighter. Surely the ministers would see how useless he was and remove him, right? Then he could live next to Xu Yanmiao and watch drama forever. The emperor clicked his tongue. He knew that look. To Wu Ying Hall, bind the crown grandson. I refuse. Princess Xiangyang stomped forward. 5th sister holds office. After New Year, we will too. Either send all 9th rank officials away or let us attend. Princess Wanshou trembled but stepped forward. Your Majesty, I serve the Ministry of Revenue. I request to attend court. Silence. Straight spines, lowered gazes. The emperor glanced at Xu Yanmiao. To Wu Ying Hall. Princess Xiangyang froze. That wasn't indulgence. That was recognition. And then she heard, Gao Xiang. Her blood ran cold. She walked faster. You don't see me? You don't see me. Xu Yanmiao frowned. Gao Xiang. She ran. Stop. Gone. She lied to me. Xu Yanmiao seethed and immediately redirected his fury toward the crown grandson. Wait, he knows he's adopted? Everyone stopped breathing, and he resents the crown princess? The minister's eyes lit up. Drama. Sweet, glorious drama. He thinks the 3,000 taels she gave for disaster relief were meant to set him up, because the emperor also donated 3,000 taels. So he secretly kept 500. The crown prince. The emperor. Am I a terrible parent? He even told others, grandfather favors me most. Father's position exists because of me. The court collectively went, wow. The crown prince turned around. You should call me father more often. You might not get another chance. At Wing Hall, chaos continued. Gao Qisheng, the emperor said coldly, why frame Xu Yanmiao? Grandfather, is it because of his looks? The court froze. The emperor turned green. I am 63. I have your grandmother. And Xu Yanmiao, stop glaring. I like tall women. Xu Yanmiao cheated on the exams, the crown grandson shouted. Ah, discovered? Tea everywhere. The emperor coughed like his soul was leaving his body. Wait, did you? Scroll. Evidence. Accusations. Ministers immediately began planning how to save Xu Yanmiao. He could write with his left hand. Candidates change handwriting. Clerks exist. The crown grandson was losing his mind. Why are you all protecting him? How do I explain this? I literally died and took over someone's body. The ministers. We'll believe anything. Have him right now, the crown grandson yelled. He can't even recite classics. I'm dead. The court collectively inhaled. No, you're not. Minister of Works jumped up. Do you have proof? Kuan Yizhang stood. I believe him. Su Yamiao almost cried. Good people exist. Then 3 days before the exam, Assistant Minister Habi was cross-dressing at the general's residence. The court imploded. Your Majesty, the general screamed. Let's reinvestigate, he wheezed. Su Yamiao dresses too well to commit fraud. Absurd. Effective. Thank you. I swear I'll never reveal. The general collapsed internally. Court adjourned. Drama undefeated.